I want to quickly discuss or go over a kind of topic which I've covered before, but I think I have the feeling I need to simplify it. I would like to discuss a very personal experience, but I'm not going to talk about it. I'm not going to talk about this one's experience because it's past. But I want to talk about the result of the experience. The result. Now, many people, and I have not researched this on any YouTube channel or Google channel, but I know that many people have had out-of-body experiences, but mainly when they are near death, maybe recovering from surgery, accident, in hospital, and they experience this rising above body. But the experience I want to talk about is actually one very much alive. And the only bit I will tell you about the experience I had, I was very much alive. Very, very much alive. Walking up a hill, a very steep hill. Mind was extremely quiet. I had spent 40 days, 40 nights in the forest, out of the forest, walking in a daze, in a trance, no mind. Completely defeated the ego mind. So therefore I was not present. The person, the ego, was not present when this happened. But I was very, very much alive. Okay. What is an out-of-body experience then? So look at it with the mind, very logically. It sounds like, when we can only assume, and again, this is based on personal experiences and a very instinctive revealing from what happened very slowly afterwards. You see, what I can tell you about any revelation you have is once the experience is over, there's not an immediate logical understanding. It is such a big change, a big shift, that the mind gives it to you bit by bit, like a newborn baby being fed spoon at a time, very spoon fed. So it may take many days, many months, many years before you can fully understand what this experience is. So we assume that the body, that the spirit leaves the body, and the body continually does what it does. And in my case, it continued to walk up the hill. So the body and the brain are acting with pure mind on a normal instinctive way. And you, the one, are gone. Hallucinate. Marijuana. Ooh, ooh, yeah. This is cool. It was not like that. That's the assumption. The returning to the body, and let's speak about what we know, not what I experience, what we know, or what we think happens. The returning to the body, when the spirit or the soul has left, there are always stories when it comes back about meeting God, Judgment Day. I completely felt new. I completely realized that my life was just being skipped over and I needed to really grasp it. All fresh, positive, amazing stories are revealed when this separation happens. The only other thing I can tell you is when this experience of leaving the body happens, there is no disconnection. You are never separate from the body. So it's like an elongation. You're stretched, 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 so many feet above. So there is no separation. So please do not think duality. Do not think lower self, higher self, or whatever. This is not true. It is a separation. And when I explain to you what it is, this will make sense. So that's basically it. That's basically what we know. And when we come in, the stories are revealed, and the person relives their life out within this body, and her changes are maybe addressed, or maybe they just go back into the same old life they had before. So the experiences came, and the experiences went. And all the thrills and frills that came with it also went. And this, I can say, is the only similarity. Once I tell you about the experience, or what I tell you about the result, is that the similarity is the same. The experience has frills, thrills, wondrous, amazing things, no meetings with God, no meetings, no judgment day, just a rebirth, a reborn into this body with the opportunity of not changing your life, but having so much knowledge about what you have been looking for while you are ego. But it has been revealed to the non-ego self that has came back into the body. Now, let's actually tell what I can say was revealed. And it is very, very clear revelation. Very, very precise. I will talk about a person. Not me or you or a person. A person is not restricted within this body. This person that we are life. We are predominantly life. That is our first name, life. Life comes into the body and life leaves the body. So we assume that this person is contained within this body. Okay? We are all different, unique aspects of life contained within a body. Well, primarily, before this, we are a mixed consciousness life. So life without any forms is here, invisible. And we are collectively this. Okay, we have no mind, we have no body, we have no knowledge, nothing. But we exist. We 100% exist. Now, to give the flavor of individuality and relationships and all the things that we experience while in a body, we have to separate many aspects of this life. Now, I do not know, and I'm not going to make any assumption that when we are all this life, that we are all one being. We may be aspects of invisible shapes. But a sense of being one is all we know. So to taste unique life, we have to create a body for each one of us. So this person has now came from this colossal infinite space of life and taken his section of life and separated it and put it in a body. Not true. Not true. No movement from life. Bodies are created, and like these little games that the kids play, the cartoon games, when the girl behind the restaurant has to, well, the girl operating the game has to make burgers and sausages for the people coming in, and she has a specific amount of time to deliver that order. So she takes the finger, sausage, bun, cheese, hamburger, coffee, gives it, and she gets points. Man walks away, next one comes in, 3 burgers, 2 hot dogs, 1 Coke, 2 coffees, hot dog. Now the finger movement is important. Life is here, this big white space. And a body is placed here, 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 in every space. Not every space, there are space left for nature and universes and mountains and lakes and oceans. So you do not go into a body, the body is into you. And what is this body's? We're all one collective invisible force, and we have a dream. I want to see who I am in a body. I want to experience this wonderful earth that has been created. So the body is a thought. Okay? Life does not move. You do not move within this life. The life force that comes through this body, that appears to come through, does not move. You are stable. You are stability. You have an axis. Each one in this life force has an axis. Okay? Right. Let's get to the crux. So you have thought, I want a body. Body. Now you appear like you are a living form. You are no longer a flat two-dimensional piece of life consciousness that only knows life, life, life. Now you know wood, fabric, sex, women, relationships, men, animals, nature, hills, sky, clouds. Now you can experience this earth and touch and feel and sense and smell and see. But it's still a thought. So this body right now, as I speak, is a thought. I am fully aware that I am life. I am fully aware that I appear to be stuck within this body. But I am also fully aware, since my experience, that I am not constrained within this body. So I did not go out, because I cannot move anywhere. Life cannot move. Life is like one solid painting. Invisible consciousness. Painting is two-dimensional, and it possibly could be two-dimensional. It possibly could be 53-dimensional. I don't know. But when the body comes in, the thought of being in a body and experiencing these things as a human has to be three-dimensional. So we have thought up a three-dimensional body, and the body has been placed in the game to grab. Not a name. To this one, to that one, to this one, to that one. So now, the out-of-body experience, this person is having an out-of-body experience. The body he has not risen above the body, he has remained. He has remained. When I was walking up the hill, the body was moving, but I was still. There you go, I'm a poet now, and I didn't even know it. I was perfectly still, like I have always been, 100% still, and everything is revolving around I. Even this body is revolving around I. So what happened? What happens is this person has lost all mind, all thoughts, all identities. And when you lose all thoughts, when your mind is completely blank, like at night, in deep sleep, everything disappears. Everything that you know disappears, because the mind is on vacation. The mind is asleep, not in dream state, in deep sleep. So the experience of this person with no thoughts, no mind, is an experience of being in deep sleep. The only difference is the eyes are open and the mouth is breathing. Well, the only difference is the eyes are open and the actuality of experiencing a real situation is occurring. But everything has been removed. So the thought of the body has even been removed. And when I go back to my own personal situation, I cannot remember looking down. I cannot remember seeing the body. But I can remember this separation. So what happened? The body is a thought, and the thought restricts you to feel as if you are in the body. When the thought and the body are removed, you go back to what you were before. Infinite life. Infinite life. Nothing happened to you. Nothing moved within you. The thought disappeared. The body disappeared. And it felt like you were going back to your original state. Now, why did it happen? Why does this happen? To explain to you. When you inquire, when you actually inquire, and when you want to know something, it will be revealed. When you have a desire and a need and an urge to know, when you know it's your time, when you've had enough of this and you've completed everything in your world, you have tasted everything and you said, I've had enough, you leave the table. Everything will be revealed to you in an unexpected way. Because when it's expected, the mind is behind it. When it's organized, when it's structured, when it's planned, the mind is behind it. And the mind was completely redundant in any out-of-body experience. Therefore, that's why mainly it happens in a deep sleep or in an accident, when the mind has no say on what will happen to you and your body. When you are in deep meditation, when you have been meditating and deeply went within, you have left the mind somewhere and he is looking for you. But when he cannot find you, he is gone. When he is gone, mind goes, thoughts go. When thoughts go, everything goes. What is left? Only life in its original state. So when death occurs, or when we call it death, it is quite easy to understand what happens. The body and the thought go. Okay? To the person or to the life force that thinks they are within this body, they remain and expand to their original state. What a wondrous feeling. How do I know? I tasted it. I only went part way to this original state. And if I could choose to go all the way, I would say I'm in right now. But the catch, the contradiction, you cannot live this human life to its full, to its utmost full, and to see it for what it truly is, and to be what you were truly meant to be if you left permanently. So while in a body, I can only say many will not experience going back to the original state. And you will not listen to another words because it's your world, your experience. But you live this life to the full. And don't take it serious. Because this is menial. It is meager. It is trivial to what you are beyond. But again, ironically, this, when it's seen, and is truly seen, is superfluous, mysterious, phenomenal brilliance. The creation of this one planet, the creation of the universes and the galaxies, wow, can now be appreciated because they can be seen with the eyes of the true seer. Because all that was experienced within this out-of-body experience was the ego body that left. It wasn't the real physical body. I told you a lie. The physical body was there. I looked down. I saw it moving. I couldn't understand for months, until it was explained bit by bit. We have many thoughts about our body. We have a subtle body. We have a physical body. We have an ego body. We have mind body. We have form body. We have formlessness body. And we have pure body. 8. There's probably more. And one of them left and never returned. Ego is gone. But there's a new one growing. Like everything else, when a flower dies, a new one is replaced. So you will sense that ego is here now. But it is a very primal, immature, innocent ego. It will grow. It will gain force. It will compete against the other bodies. I want to be heard. And the words me and I and want and improve all will come back into the language. But in the amount of time I have left in this earth, it's welcome. It cannot do the damage it did before it left. For billions of years, we carry ego as our main body. So it's worth 10, 5, 15, 20 more years, a minimal amount, just to be truly here as pure mind. I hope this is clear. I don't wish for any single one, and it will not happen because we are all unique. We all have to, and I don't expect you to understand or to want a similar experience or to recognize a similar experience. Do your own thing. Have your own experiences. Be life. Collectively, each one of us that has taken a body has bound our knowledge of life within. If we all went together to one place and explained to each other openly what our life was like, and if every single one of us listened, we would have a great instant understanding of what this is and why we are here. But unfortunately, we separate through competition, through wars, through racism, through sexist, through inequality, through religion. So we don't listen. We only listen to the little group of life that we know and trust. How unfortunate. So, if this collective gathering cannot be feasible, I say, do it on your own. See it for yourself, from yourself. It's just as accessible, maybe more fun. I can say, I'll never, ever, ever, ever forget that 15 seconds of being emptied and cleansed and returning to see with the eyes of God. I am not God. It's not God's eyes. He is beyond. He sees through this vessel, through this thought, this body. He sees through every single body. And when you see clearly, he is in love because he doesn't have to clean his lens. He doesn't have to do any work to figure out. He just sees clearly. Namaste.